Have you ever stood up from your favorite chair, only to feel a sudden dizzy spell that made you pause, catch your breath, and hold on to something nearby? It's a quiet, unsettling moment many of us over 65 know all too well. We often shrug it off as just part of getting older or blame it on being less active. But what if that dizziness isn't simply about age or inactivity? What if it's your body's way of sending you an important message, one that many overlook or dismiss too easily? This seemingly small, fleeting sensation can point to something more serious, something that, if left unchecked, could affect your safety and quality of life. Yet, so many seniors don't realize how common and impactful this issue truly is. In this video, we'll explore why dizziness when standing up happens, what it means for your health, and simple steps you can take to protect yourself. By the end, I'll share the most important habit that can help you feel steady and confident again. So, let's walk through this together, because understanding your body is the first step towards staying strong and independent. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Orthostatic hypotension, blood pressure drop when standing up. Have you ever noticed how the simplest moments in life can suddenly catch you off guard? Imagine this. It's a peaceful morning. Sunlight drifts through the curtains as you sit, sipping your first cup of coffee. Maybe you're reading the newspaper or listening to the radio, enjoying the comfort of your favorite chair. Then, you decide to stand up, maybe to answer the phone, let the dog out, or grab another cup from the kitchen. As you rise, a wave of dizziness sweeps over you. For a brief moment, the room feels like it's spinning, and you find yourself reaching for the table, a chair, or even the wall, just to steady yourself. It's a sensation so familiar to many older adults, yet so often brushed aside. Maybe you've told yourself, "It's nothing. I just got up too fast," or "I must not have slept well last night." Sometimes you might even laugh it off, saying, "Guess my age is finally catching up to me." But underneath that smile, there might be a flicker of concern, a quiet worry about what these dizzy spells could mean. Maybe you wonder if it's just something everyone your age deals with, or if you should be paying more attention. But let's pause for a moment and ask a question most people never think to ask. What if feeling dizzy when you stand up isn't just an ordinary part of aging? What if this isn't something you have to simply accept, but instead, a sign your body is trying to communicate with you? One that, if understood, could help you feel safer, stronger, and more in control of your daily life. Most of us grow up thinking that getting older means surrendering to little annoyances, aches, slower steps, forgetful moments, and, yes, the occasional dizzy spell. It's easy to accept these changes as inevitable. But science has shown us something surprising. Many episodes of dizziness, especially those that come when you move from sitting to standing, are not just normal aging. This phenomenon has a name, orthostatic hypotension, and it tells a story about your body's amazing and sometimes struggling efforts to keep your brain supplied with the blood it needs, no matter what position you're in. So, what's happening inside your body when you stand up and suddenly feel lightheaded or unsteady? Let's break it down. When you're seated or lying down, your blood has an easy time reaching all your organs, including your brain. But the moment you stand up, gravity kicks in. Your blood naturally wants to sink down toward your legs and lower body. In a younger, healthy body, special sensors in your blood vessels notice this shift right away. Instantly, your heart beats a little faster, your blood vessels tighten up, and your body sends extra blood upward to your brain, almost like a built-in elevator system. But as we age, this system isn't as sharp as it used to be. The nerves become a little slower, blood vessels a bit less responsive, and the heart sometimes takes a moment longer to react. That tiny delay is all it takes for less blood to reach your brain, just for a few seconds. That's when you feel that familiar rush, the dizziness, the slight grayness at the edges of your vision, the need to pause before you take your next step. Orthostatic hypotension is more common than you might think, especially in people over 65. Studies estimate that nearly 1 in 5 older adults will experience it at some point. It can be triggered by dehydration, certain medications, underlying health conditions like diabetes or Parkinson's disease, or even just a long day of sitting and then standing too quickly. Sometimes, the cause is as simple as being a bit too tired or not having enough fluids in your system. Here's why it's so important not to ignore these moments. While a little dizziness may seem harmless, it dramatically increases the risk of falls, a leading cause of injury among seniors. One misstep can lead to a broken wrist, hip, or even a serious head injury. It's easy to underestimate how much a single fall can impact your independence and your sense of confidence at home. But the good news is, once you understand why this happens, you can take simple, practical steps to reduce your risk and regain your sense of control. So, what can you do if you notice this happening to you? Thankfully, the solutions are often gentle and practical, nothing extreme or intimidating. First and foremost, remember to take your time. When you're about to stand, don't rush. Sit at the edge of your seat for a moment. Take a few deep breaths. Gently wiggle your toes and flex your ankles. This simple movement helps wake up your blood flow. If you've been lying down, sit up slowly first, letting your body adjust before you stand. Another powerful strategy is to stay hydrated. Even mild dehydration makes it harder for your heart to pump enough blood when you stand. Keep a glass of water or a favorite bottle close by throughout the day, and take small sips often. If you enjoy coffee or tea, that's fine, but balance it with water, since caffeine can sometimes make dehydration worse. It's also wise to review your medications with your doctor or pharmacist. Certain blood pressure medicines, heart medications, or drugs for depression can all contribute to orthostatic hypotension. Don't ever stop taking your medication on your own, but make a list of what you take and how you feel, then talk with your healthcare provider. Sometimes, even a small change in timing or dosage can make a world of difference. You might also find benefits in simple physical activity. Gentle exercises like walking, chair yoga, or Tai Chi help keep your blood vessels and nerves responsive. These movements also build strength in your legs, which helps your body pump blood upward more efficiently. If you haven't exercised in a while, start slow, just a few minutes a day, maybe even while sitting in your chair, can help. Some older adults even use special compression stockings. These snug socks help prevent blood from pooling in your legs, which can minimize dizziness when standing. Ask your doctor if this is something you should try. And don't forget the small things. Keep your home free of tripping hazards, add grab bars or railings if you're feeling unsteady, and always have a phone or emergency contact nearby just in case. Let me share with you a true story that might sound a bit like your own. Louise, a warm-hearted grandmother from Michigan, had always prided herself on being active and independent. At 73, she still loved gardening, baking cookies for her grandkids, and volunteering at her local library. But last winter, Louise noticed she was feeling dizzy every time she stood up, especially in the morning. At first, she brushed it off. "I'm just getting older," she told herself. But one morning, after rushing to answer the phone, Louise felt that familiar spinning and lost her balance in the kitchen. She fell, bruising her hip and scaring herself badly. After her daughter insisted, Louise spoke with her doctor. Together, they discovered that a combination of mild dehydration, low blood pressure, and one of her medications was contributing to her symptoms. With a few simple changes, drinking more water, rising slowly, and adjusting the timing of her medication, Louise soon felt steadier and more confident. She hasn't had another fall since, and she's even shared her story at her church group to help others learn from her experience. Maybe you see a little of yourself in Louise. Maybe you, too, have brushed off those dizzy moments or felt embarrassed to talk about them. But there's no shame in listening to your body. It's an act of courage and self-respect, one that allows you to keep doing the things you love and to keep moving forward with confidence. So, the next time you start to rise from your chair, remember, slow down. Take a breath. Give your body the time and kindness it deserves. Small changes can have a big impact. And if you ever feel worried, don't hesitate to reach out to someone you trust, whether it's a family member, friend, or healthcare provider. Life after 65 is a journey filled with wisdom, memories, and the freedom to enjoy every precious moment. Don't let dizziness steal those moments from you. By understanding orthostatic hypotension, you're not just learning about your body, you're taking real steps to protect your independence and well-being. Remember, every day is another opportunity to care for yourself, to adapt with grace, and to celebrate the strength you've built over a lifetime. Stand tall, literally and figuratively, knowing you have the tools and the knowledge to stay safe, steady, and strong. Your journey is far from over, and you have so much more life ahead to enjoy. 2. Mild dehydration. There's a simple pleasure in sitting quietly with a good book, a crossword puzzle, or even a favorite old movie playing softly in the background. Maybe you're in your den, the sun drifting through the blinds, or perhaps in the kitchen with the hum of the refrigerator and the faint sound of birdsong outside. The moments are peaceful. You hardly notice the hours passing by. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Then, without warning, you stand up to stretch or answer the doorbell, and suddenly, your head feels light and the world seems to tilt. You pause, steady yourself on the back of a chair, and maybe even laugh it off. There goes my balance again. It feels harmless, just a brief dizzy spell, nothing to worry about. After all, isn't that just another part of growing older? But what if these small episodes aren't just the result of age or a quirky reaction to standing up too quickly? What if something much simpler, and much more common, is quietly at play? Could it be that your body, in its quiet wisdom, is simply asking for a little more attention, a little more care? Let's pause and challenge the usual thinking for a moment. Most of us believe that feeling thirsty is a sure sign we need water, and if we're not thirsty, we must be hydrated enough. That's how it worked when we were young. But is thirst always a reliable signal, especially as we get older? What if, as the years go by, your body's thirst alarm grows softer, subtler, and easier to miss? The truth is that mild dehydration is an incredibly common culprit behind dizziness in seniors, and it often goes completely unnoticed. Unlike severe dehydration, which brings obvious symptoms like a dry mouth, cracked lips, or dark urine, mild dehydration is sneaky. You might not feel thirsty at all. Yet, deep inside, your cells and organs are quietly struggling to keep up. Here's the science in plain language. As we age, our bodies gradually lose some of their ability to conserve water. Our kidneys aren't as efficient as they used to be, and the thirst center in the brain becomes less sensitive. It's easy to go hours, sometimes even an entire day, without realizing you haven't had a glass of water. Medications, especially those for blood pressure or heart conditions, can also make dehydration more likely, as can hot weather, heating systems, and even just talking or breathing more during social visits. When your body is low on fluids, your blood volume drops. This means there's less blood circulating to deliver oxygen and nutrients to your brain, especially when you stand up. That's when you might feel lightheaded, unsteady, or even briefly confused. Sometimes, you notice your heart racing, your mouth feeling a little dry, or a headache settling in without warning. These are not just random annoyances, they're your body's gentle way of reminding you, I need water. Please help me. But here's the good news. The solution is simple, and it's something you can start today. You don't need expensive supplements, fancy equipment, or complicated routines. The power of water is truly within your grasp. First, get in the habit of keeping water close by. Place a glass or bottle in every room you spend time in, on your nightstand, next to your favorite chair, or even in the bathroom. When you see it, you're more likely to take a sip, even if you don't feel thirsty. Some seniors find it helpful to set a gentle reminder on their phone or leave a note on the fridge. Drink a glass of water every hour. If plain water doesn't appeal to you, add a slice of lemon, a few fresh berries, or a sprig of mint. Herbal teas, broths, and even water-rich fruits like watermelon or oranges can also count toward your daily fluid intake. The important thing is to make hydration a routine, not a chore. It's also important to be mindful of beverages that can make dehydration worse. Coffee, tea, and soft drinks can all have a mild diuretic effect, meaning they encourage your body to get rid of water. You don't have to give up your morning coffee. Just make sure you balance it with a glass of water before and after. Alcohol, too, can sneakily dehydrate you, so it's wise to enjoy it in moderation and always alongside a glass of water. Many seniors ask, how much water should I drink every day? The answer isn't one size fits all. While 8 glasses a day is a common guideline, your needs might be a little more or less depending on your activity level, the weather, your medications, and your health conditions. A simple rule: if your urine is pale yellow and you feel clear-headed, you're probably getting enough. If it's darker, or you're feeling sluggish or dizzy, it's time for another glass. Let me share a story that might feel familiar. George, a retired teacher from Ohio, spent his mornings tending to his garden and afternoons playing chess with his neighbor. He was sharp, active, and loved the outdoors. But last summer, George began to notice that standing up from his garden bench left him feeling lightheaded, sometimes even needing to sit back down for a minute or two. He chalked it up to getting older, until one particularly hot afternoon, he nearly fainted while watering the roses. His daughter, worried, encouraged him to see his doctor. They talked through his daily routine and realized that in his focus on gardening and skipping the water breaks he once took for granted at school, George was simply not drinking enough. His doctor explained the subtle signs of dehydration and helped George set a goal. Keep a cold water bottle in the garden and sip every 20 minutes. Within days, the dizzy spells faded away. George felt more energetic, steadier on his feet, and grateful for such a simple fix. Maybe you, too, have brushed off a dizzy moment as nothing to worry about. Or perhaps you think, I don't feel thirsty, so I must be fine. Remember, your body's signals change with age, and mild dehydration is one of the most common, most overlooked health issues for seniors. It doesn't take much, a little more attention, a little more care, and you can dramatically improve how you feel, day in and day out. As you build this habit, consider sharing it with others, your spouse, your friends at church, or your neighbors at the senior center. Sometimes, the best way to reinforce a new routine is to do it together. You could even make a game out of it. Who can finish their glass first? Who remembers to hydrate before every meal or snack? Most importantly, permit yourself to listen to your body. If you start to feel dizzy, lightheaded, or tired, pause and check, when was the last time I had a drink of water? It's a small act of self-care that pays big dividends. Before I close, let me say this. Growing older is a journey full of learning and adapting. Our bodies may not always tell us what they need as loudly as they once did, but with a little patience and mindfulness, we can keep finding new ways to stay healthy, independent, and vibrant. Staying hydrated is not just about quenching thirst, it's about honoring your body's quiet requests, so you can keep enjoying every moment with clarity, energy, and peace of mind. You've lived through decades of change, weathered storms, and celebrated joys. Don't let something as simple as dehydration dim your days. Keep a glass nearby, sip often, and remember, you're worth every effort to feel your best. Stand tall, stay steady, and take pride in each healthy step forward. And the next time you enjoy a glass of cool water, know that you're doing something powerful for yourself. One simple, beautiful sip at a time. 3. Mild anemia or nutritional deficiencies. There's a special comfort in the routines we create as we grow older. Maybe it's waking up to the soft light of morning, savoring that first cup of coffee, or greeting the neighbor as the newspaper lands on your porch. Meals, too, often follow a gentle rhythm. Oatmeal for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, and something simple for dinner. As the years pass, these routines become anchors, steady, familiar, and safe. But every so often, you might notice a subtle change. A moment of dizziness when standing, a wave of tiredness that seems out of place, or a pale reflection in the bathroom mirror that doesn't quite look like yourself. It's easy to dismiss these feelings. Maybe you think, I didn't sleep well last night, or I've just been busier than usual. Sometimes, a loved one might point out, you seem a bit more tired these days, and you laugh it off, blaming age or the weather. But what if these gentle warnings from your body aren't simply the cost of getting older? What if there's something beneath the surface? A hidden issue, easy to overlook, but powerful enough to shape how you feel every single day. Here's a question that turns the usual thinking on its head. What if feeling tired, dizzy, or even a little short of breath after simple tasks isn't just normal aging? What if, instead, these are quiet signals that your body is missing out on key building blocks it needs to stay strong and energized? It may surprise you to learn that mild anemia and nutritional deficiencies are some of the most common and most overlooked causes of dizziness and fatigue in seniors. The science is straightforward. Anemia happens when your blood doesn't have enough healthy red blood cells, or when those cells don't carry enough oxygen to your brain and muscles. This shortage can leave you feeling weak, lightheaded, or foggy. In many cases, it's not a dramatic crisis, but a slow, sneaky drain on your vitality that chips away at your confidence and independence. Nutritional deficiencies, especially in iron, vitamin B12, and folic acid, are often at the root of the problem. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing nutrients from food. Sometimes our appetite shrinks, meals become repetitive, or dental issues make certain foods hard to eat. You might find yourself reaching for toast and tea instead of a full, balanced meal, especially if cooking for one feels like more trouble than it's worth. Here's how it works. Red blood cells are the couriers that deliver oxygen from your lungs to every cell in your body. When you don't have enough iron, B12, or folic acid, your body struggles to make these cells or keep them healthy. The result? Less oxygen travels to your brain and muscles, especially when you stand up quickly or move around the house. That's when the room might tilt, your heart might race, or you simply feel like you need to sit back down and catch your breath. The signs are often subtle at first: paleness, cold hands and feet, mild headaches, or just a sense of being off. Sometimes you notice that walking to the mailbox takes more effort, or that you're out of breath after a short flight of stairs. It can be easy to chalk these up to age or being out of shape, but your body might be quietly asking for help. The wonderful news is that small changes in nutrition can bring about big improvements. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight or become a gourmet chef. The goal is to gently invite more variety and nutrient-rich foods into your day, making meals both nourishing and enjoyable. Start by focusing on iron-rich foods, lean meats like beef, chicken, or turkey, as well as fish and eggs. If you prefer plant-based options, spinach, lentils, beans, and fortified cereals are great choices. Remember, your body absorbs iron from animal sources more easily, but pairing plant-based iron with a source of vitamin C, like a glass of orange juice or a few slices of bell pepper, can help boost absorption. Next, consider vitamin B12, which is found in animal products like dairy, eggs, and meat. Many seniors develop B12 deficiency simply because their bodies become less able to absorb it with age. Your doctor can check your levels with a simple blood test and may recommend a supplement if needed. Folic acid, another vital nutrient, is found in leafy greens, beans, nuts, and whole grains. It plays a key role in making healthy red blood cells. If you're not a fan of salads, try adding spinach to scrambled eggs or tossing some beans into your soups and stews. Staying well-nourished isn't just about what you eat, but also how you eat. Take your time at meals, enjoy the flavors, and eat with friends or family when you can. If you live alone, invite a neighbor over, join a community lunch, or try a new recipe now and then. Food is fuel, But it's also joy, a chance to connect, celebrate, and care for yourself. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Let me share a story that brings these lessons to life. Carol, a 72-year-old widow from Oregon, loved her quiet mornings and gentle routines. But over the last year, she found herself more tired than usual. She'd wake up feeling unrest, grow dizzy when bending to tend her flowers, and even lose interest in her weekly walks. Carol thought it was just age catching up to her. But during a routine checkup, her doctor discovered she was mildly anemic. Her diet had become too simple, mostly toast, tea, and the occasional bowl of cereal. With gentle encouragement, Carol began adding a few slices of turkey to her sandwiches, scrambled eggs a couple of times a week, and colorful vegetables to her soups. She started taking a daily multivitamin and treated herself to a glass of orange juice at breakfast. Within a month, her energy returned. She felt steadier and brighter, and even rediscovered her love of walking in the neighborhood park. The change was gradual but profound, a testament to the power of small, mindful choices. Maybe you, too, have slipped into simple eating habits, or feel unsure about what your body needs. Maybe you don't enjoy cooking for one, or struggle to choose certain foods. These are real challenges, but they can be overcome with kindness and creativity. If you're worried about your nutrition, talk with your doctor or a dietitian. They can help you find easy, affordable ways to get the nutrients you need. Remember, nourishing your body is an act of respect and love. It's never too late to make a change, and every small step counts. Whether it's trying a new recipe, sharing a meal with a friend, or adding a little color to your plate, you are investing in your strength and well-being. If you ever feel unusually tired, dizzy, or weak, don't brush it aside. Trust your instincts and seek advice. A simple blood test can reveal if anemia or a deficiency is behind your symptoms, and the solutions are often easier than you think. Aging gracefully doesn't mean accepting every ache and pain as just the way it is. It means listening to your body, honoring its signals, and giving it the fuel it needs to thrive. There's wisdom in those routines you cherish, but there's also room for gentle, positive change. So, as you plan your next meal or grocery list, remember Carol's story and the power of small choices. Choose foods that build you up, energize you, and keep you steady on your feet. Share your journey with others. It might inspire someone else to do the same. You've earned the right to feel strong, clear-headed, and full of life. Don't let mild anemia or a lack of nutrients stand in your way. With a little care, a little planning, and a little curiosity, you can rediscover just how good it feels to nourish yourself, body and soul, every single day. 4. Medication side effects. There's a certain rhythm that develops in life as we age, a comforting sense of routine. Maybe your mornings begin with a gentle alarm, a slow stretch, and the familiar rattle of pill bottles on the kitchen counter. Each bottle, each capsule, and each tablet is a small promise to ease pain, control blood pressure, steady your heartbeat, or keep your blood sugar in check. With every swallow, you're honoring the advice of trusted doctors, the wisdom of experience, and your determination to keep living life on your terms. Yet, sometimes the things that are supposed to help us can bring new challenges, quietly slipping into the fabric of our days. Maybe you've noticed it. Standing up from your favorite chair, you feel a flutter in your chest, a swirling lightness in your head, or an unexpected wave of dizziness. You reach for the armrest, steady yourself, and wait for the feeling to pass. It's easy to brush off, "That's just how it is at my age," you might say, or "I've been on these medications for years. They keep me going." But what if the very medicines that support your heart or ease your joints are also quietly making life a little more complicated? What if feeling dizzy, lightheaded, or off balance isn't just a sign of aging, but a signal from your body that something about your medication routine needs attention? It's a common assumption, one we've all heard: if a doctor prescribed it, it must be safe. And most of the time, that's true. But here's the reality that surprises many seniors and their families. Medication side effects are one of the most frequent, yet often overlooked, causes of dizziness in older adults. As we grow older, our bodies process medicines differently. Our liver and kidneys may slow down, our body fat increases, and our water content drops. All of this means that the same dose that worked 10 years ago may now act in new, unpredictable ways. Many commonly prescribed medications, especially those for high blood pressure, heart disease, anxiety, depression, sleep issues, and even allergies, can lower your blood pressure or affect your balance and coordination. Diuretics, for example, are meant to lower your blood pressure by removing excess fluid, but they can also leave you feeling weak or dehydrated. Beta blockers, used for heart rhythm and hypertension, can cause fatigue and lightheadedness. Medicines for Parkinson's, diabetes, or pain can do the same. Even seemingly harmless over-the-counter remedies, like antihistamines or sleep aids, can sneak up on you with unexpected side effects. Think about it. As your medication list grows, and it often does as we age, so does the possibility that 2 or more drugs might interact in ways that cause dizziness, drowsiness, or a feeling of being not quite yourself. The symptoms may be subtle: a moment's unsteadiness, a spell of confusion, a tendency to nap more often, or a loss of appetite. Some people feel a bit foggy, or find themselves forgetting things they normally wouldn't. Others feel a new nervousness about moving around their homes or going out for errands. The trouble is, these side effects are easy to dismiss as part of growing older or having just another off day. But it's important to realize they may be preventable, especially if they're tied to your medications. So, what can you do? The solution begins with awareness and a gentle curiosity about your routines. The next time you notice dizziness, lightheadedness, or even subtle changes in your mood or thinking, pause and ask yourself, could it be my medication? Make a habit of noting how you feel after taking each dose, especially if you've started a new medicine or changed your schedule. Keep a simple notebook or use a calendar to jot down the times you feel dizzy or off balance, along with the medicines you've taken that day. This log can be incredibly valuable when you talk with your doctor or pharmacist. Don't be afraid to share everything. There are no small details when it comes to your health. The most important step is this: never stop taking a medication on your own just because you suspect a side effect. Some drugs must be tapered slowly. Others may cause dangerous symptoms if stopped suddenly. Instead, make an appointment with your healthcare provider, bring your log, and talk openly about what you've been experiencing. Together, you can review every medication, prescription and over-the-counter, and decide if changes are needed. Sometimes, a simple shift in the timing, dose, or brand of a drug can make a big difference. In other cases, your doctor might recommend an alternative medicine with fewer side effects. Don't forget to include all the vitamins, supplements, and herbal remedies you take. Even natural products can interact with prescription medications in surprising ways. Let me share a story you might recognize in your own life. John, a retired railroad engineer from Pennsylvania, took great pride in managing his health. He followed his doctor's orders, never missed a pill, and kept a tidy list of his medications in his wallet. Over time, though, John noticed he was feeling less steady. He'd have dizzy spells in the morning, sometimes even while shaving or making coffee. His wife worried that he was napping more often, and his daughter noticed he seemed more forgetful. At first, John blamed age, the weather, and even his breakfast routine. But after a minor fall in the backyard, thankfully with no serious injury, he brought his medication list and a diary of his symptoms to his next doctor's visit. Together, he and his physician reviewed every pill. They discovered that a new blood pressure medicine added just a few months before was likely causing his dizzy spells. With his doctor's guidance, John adjusted his medication schedule, spacing out certain pills and switching one for a different brand. Within weeks, the dizzy spells faded, his balance returned, and his confidence grew. Stories like John's are more common than you might think. And they're a reminder that you don't have to simply accept every new symptom as part of getting older. Instead, be proactive. Become your own best advocate. Keep records, ask questions, and involve your family or caregivers when needed. Here are a few practical tips to help you stay safe and informed. Review your medications with your healthcare team at least once a year, or anytime you notice new symptoms. Use one pharmacy whenever possible, so your pharmacist can watch for potential drug interactions. Ask about side effects before starting any new medicine, and know what to watch for. Rise slowly from sitting or lying down, especially after taking medicines that affect your blood pressure. Keep your home well lit and free of tripping hazards to reduce the risk of falls. Always bring your up-to-date medication list to doctor visits. Remember, your health and safety are a team effort. Doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and your loved ones are all there to support you. Don't hesitate to reach out or ask questions, no matter how small they seem. You are the expert on your own body, and your voice matters. Finally, let this be your encouragement. Taking medications is a sign of taking charge of your health, not a weakness. But you deserve to feel well, clear-headed, and steady. If something feels off, trust your instincts. Small adjustments can make a world of difference, helping you keep your independence and enjoy the activities and people you love. Life after 65 is too precious to spend in a fog of side effects. Be gentle with yourself, pay attention to how you feel, and know that you have the power and the right to seek answers and solutions. Every step you take toward understanding your medicines is a step toward greater safety, freedom, and peace of mind. Stand tall, walk with confidence, and cherish the wisdom you've gained along the way. 5. Inner ear or vestibular issues. There's a quiet magic in the way our bodies help us move through the world. Walking down a familiar street, reaching for a cup of tea, or simply standing up to greet a loved one. Balance is something most of us take for granted until it suddenly feels uncertain. Maybe you've experienced it yourself, standing up from your chair and feeling the room tilt, or taking a step and catching yourself before you stumble. It's unsettling, a little scary even, especially when it happens unexpectedly. For many older adults, these moments of dizziness or imbalance are all too common. We often blame it on getting older, on tired muscles, or just a bad day. Sometimes, we ignore it altogether or hope it will pass. But what if these sensations are not just random hiccups? What if they are clues that something deeper is happening? Something related to the very system in your body that helps you stay steady and oriented every day. Let's challenge the usual assumptions for a moment. We might think, I'm just unsteady because I'm old, or it's because I don't exercise enough. But the truth is often more specific. Many seniors face problems with their inner ear or vestibular system, the part of the body that acts like an internal gyroscope, helping you maintain your balance and spatial awareness. When this system is off-kilter, even simple movements like turning your head or standing up can send confusing signals to your brain, making you feel dizzy, off-balance, or as if the world is spinning. So, what exactly is going on inside? The vestibular system is housed deep in your inner ear. It's made up of tiny fluid-filled canals and sensors that detect your head's movement and position. This information is constantly sent to your brain, which then adjusts your muscles and eyes to keep you steady and focused. Think of it as your body's natural balance center. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. As we age, this delicate system can be affected by a variety of factors. Changes in blood flow, wear and tear on the sensory cells, ear infections, or conditions like benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, BPPV, which is caused by tiny calcium crystals dislodging and moving where they shouldn't be. Even medications or underlying diseases like diabetes or neurological disorders can interfere with how well your vestibular system works. When this system isn't functioning properly, your brain receives mixed or delayed signals about your body's position. The result? You might experience vertigo, a sensation that the room is spinning, or unsteadiness that increases your risk of falls. You may notice difficulty walking in the dark, or trouble focusing your eyes when moving your head quickly. Some people even find themselves avoiding activities they once enjoyed because they fear losing their balance. Understanding this can feel overwhelming, but the good news is that there are many gentle and effective ways to support your vestibular health and regain your steadiness. One of the simplest yet most powerful tools is vestibular rehabilitation therapy, VRT. This specialized form of physical therapy involves exercises designed to retrain your brain and inner ear to work together more smoothly. These exercises might include controlled head movements, eye-focus tasks, and balance training, all tailored to your specific needs and pace. You don't have to become an athlete or do anything complicated. The goal is gradual improvement through consistent, mindful practice. Another beloved activity among seniors for balance and well-being is Tai Chi. This ancient martial art is a series of slow, flowing movements that encourage body awareness, coordination, and calm breathing. Tai Chi has been shown in studies to reduce falls and improve balance, making it an excellent, low-impact choice for people managing vestibular challenges. Many community centers, senior groups, and health clinics offer Tai Chi classes designed just for older adults. If dizziness is related to BPPV, there are simple maneuvers, like the Epley maneuver, that can be done by trained professionals to reposition those tiny crystals in the inner ear, often bringing dramatic relief after just a few sessions. Your doctor or physical therapist can help determine if this is the cause and guide you through the treatment. Even daily habits can make a difference. Avoiding sudden head movements, standing up slowly, staying well hydrated, and using good lighting in your home all help reduce the risk of dizziness and falls. Wearing sturdy, supportive shoes and keeping pathways clear can also provide extra security as you move around. Let me share a story that may resonate with you. Margaret, a lively 76-year-old from Colorado, loved gardening and dancing with her grandchildren. But over the past year, she began feeling dizzy whenever she bent over or rolled over in bed. The sensation was frightening, and she started avoiding activities she loved. After a visit to her doctor and a referral to a physical therapist, Margaret learned she had BPPV. Through a few simple treatments and daily balance exercises, she regained her confidence. Today, Margaret tends to her roses and enjoys lively afternoons with her family, steadier and happier than she's been in months. If you're experiencing similar symptoms, know you're not alone, and there are ways forward. It's important to listen to your body and share these experiences with your healthcare provider. Sometimes, dizziness can be a sign of other health concerns that need attention. Most importantly, be patient and kind to yourself. Progress may be gradual, but every small step counts. Celebrate the moments when you feel steady, and don't be discouraged by occasional setbacks. Balance, like so many things in life, is a journey, not a destination. Remember, your body's natural gyroscope may need a little tuning, but with care, support, and gentle movement, you can navigate your days with greater confidence and peace. Keep moving, keep breathing, and keep trusting in the resilience you've built over a lifetime. Your balance is more than just physical. It's a symbol of your strength, your independence, and your ability to adapt and thrive. Embrace the support around you, reach out when you need help, and know that you have the power to stand tall and steady every step of the way. As we come to the close of this conversation, I want to remind you that feeling dizzy or unsteady isn't something you have to accept quietly or face alone. These sensations, while common, are signals from your body asking for care, attention, and understanding. You've already taken an important step by learning about what might be causing these feelings, whether it's changes in blood pressure, mild dehydration, nutritional needs, medication effects, or issues with your inner ear. Remember, small changes can have a big impact. Standing up slowly, drinking enough water, nourishing your body with healthy foods, reviewing your medications with your doctor, and gently exercising to improve balance can all help you regain your confidence and keep you steady on your feet. The journey toward better balance and well-being is not about perfection but progress, and every effort counts. You deserve to live with the freedom to move safely, enjoy your daily routines, and engage fully with the people and activities you love. Don't hesitate to reach out to your healthcare providers, family, and friends for support. They want to help you stay independent and vibrant. Above all, be patient and kind to yourself. Aging brings changes, yes, but it also brings wisdom, resilience, and strength. Your body has carried you through countless moments, and with a little care, it can continue to support you for many more. So, stand tall, literally and figuratively. Listen to your body, honor its signals, and take gentle steps each day toward feeling steadier, safer, and more confident. Your journey is far from over, and the best is yet to come. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment below sharing one thing you'll try or have learned. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because together, we're building a community of strength, health, and hope.